Hello and welcome back to the channel for another college student review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Newage H49 Hammond, aka their version of the G1 Tune Wheeljack. I'm pretty excited to get this one in hand as he's a nice addition to the Newage lineup and definitely a key essential to that G1 cast. I got mine over from Showzy Store. Check out the link in the description below to get yours. So before we take a look at Mr. Little Newage Wheeljack, take a look at the packaging. Very G1 inspired. You can see he comes with, I forget what this thing actually is, but I remember it from the episode. I think him and Grapple built it, if I'm not mistaken. There you go. There it is on the side. Nice images in alt mode. Here he is with the G1 paint of the Dinobots that have been released so far. My box is a little damaged, but the figure is perfectly fine. There you have the G1 inspired transformation artwork. And that is about it for the packaging. You do get instructions, which are fairly easy to follow. This transformation's a little bit complex, but once you do it a few times, you get the hang of it. And here he is. Newage Hammond. He comes packaged in his car mode, his Lancia race car. So let's take a look at that first. Pretty simple, but nice paint apps here and there. Got the red and the green and the number and the yellow. I actually kind of wanted to pick up the EX version of this guy, but this one came out first, and he comes with a certain accessory that I want to complete a Build-A-Figure that Newage is doing. Whoops. You can also drop your figure if you so choose. But there you go. Looks really good. Nice pinned-on wheels. He's got a lot of panels, but you honestly barely notice them. So he rolls really smoothly with the pin-on wheels, no problem. For comparison, here is Newage Girl and Newage Jazz, so you can get a sense of his scale. Now, of course, in vehicle mode, none of the Newage figures really actually scale correctly, as they're all meant to scale in robot mode. But just so you get a sense of their size, you can see Hammond is definitely on the small size here in comparison to the other cars. He should be much bigger to be to scale with these two, because I think these two, Prowl and Jazz, are pretty close in scale, but little Wheeljack here is a little bit smaller than those two, but still stacks up pretty nicely. Now, accessories we'll get into in robot mode, as there aren't really any car mode and you can't really store anything on him. But so let's get into transformation. So to begin with, you want to just kind of pull out on these little tabs and bring them down. Same thing on this side. Just kind of pull it out away from the side and bend, fold down. Then next we can go ahead and bring all this down, all his leg parts here. And what you want to do is kind of separate this section from the side, and it'll untab there. Same thing on this side. So just kind of pull out and it'll extend on all those hinge joints. And then we can take these sections and rotate them up. Now there is a lot of spinning involved, which is pretty common in Newage. Just spin lots of joints around. We also can go ahead and extend out his waist joint here, and you want to rotate up top here. Just like that for now. These will actually rotate all the way around later, but we won't worry about that for now. So to begin with, we want to kind of extend out the toe here. It's on a whole bunch of hinge joints there. Then we want to come down to this hinge here in the hood, extend it down, and this will all become his foot. So now we want to rotate this around and then bend upwards. So you have something that looks kind of like this. And then we want to hinge all this down here, this lower hinge joint, and that completes the foot. And then for this piece here, you want to rotate it around, and then everything will just kind of tab in place. So a few tabs and slots to line up to solidify the leg. And that, there we go. Now it's all tabbed in. There is one leg just about done. Then what you want to do before finish it is you want to rotate around up here and then bring this down. And so there is one leg complete. Same thing on the other side. So just kind of straighten everything out at the toe here so you have some wiggle room. You want to bend down on this inner joint there and then flip his toe forward. Actually, that's his heel, and unhinge this piece. Also want to, yep, I think that's right. Actually, I think we rotate, I forget the, oh, you rotate around, I forgot that step. There we go, rotate around, then is that there, and collapse. Rotate this section around, drop this down, and it should all tab in. And now come to that waist piece, rotate around, and there you have 2 legs done. And the way you know that you have the feet correctly is they should pivot inwards. So if they're not pivoting inwards, then you know you've misaligned something. But so we got our ankle tilt going the correct direction. And of course you want the actual side front pieces of the car on the front, and the little green stripes are the front. So there are the legs, all done. Next we come to the back here, and you just want to kind of separate these arms away like so, and we can begin working on these. This is probably the trickiest part in the reverse transformation, as you actually need to make sure the fists are aligned correctly, which is a kind of a pain to do sometimes. So you just want to unclip at the top there, rotate here, and now we can bring the arms out and extend the elbow. And then up here, want to wiggle this around, and then it rotates around, and then plug it back in, and now the fist should be revealed. Same thing, and then you also want to fold that piece in, and we can bring all this down like that. Just make sure that stays like this, and then rotate this section around, and there is a little tab slot connection that goes on up there, and that will solidify that side like that. And same thing on the other side. So again, just undo this section up here, rotate around up there, bring the arm down, straighten out that elbow, and then bend inwards up here, rotate around, it's on a ball joint, a hinge and a ball joint, straighten that out, and now we can bring this whole section down, make sure that little piece is tucked in there, and then tab slot up top here to lock it all in. And then final stretch here, just want to rotate this top section around, then take these pieces and fold them back, and take the wings of the car, the rear spoiler, and put those together, and then all this will tuck inside and back. You want to flare those wings out, and there you go. And very final step here, and this is the most annoying step, you got to rotate the fists around, and when you have them first out of the packaging, they can be very stiff. This one on mine is still a little bit stiff, so, but isn't unmanageable. It's just a bit of tediousness involved, especially because the clearances here are very tight. Sometimes, let's see if I can just use the gun here. There we go, complete the rotation. Use your tools. And here we have Newage Hammond all transformed into his robot mode. And already you can see one of the problems I have with this figure, which is a little disappointing, is this little piece here is very loose. And because it's like, you know, a pin joint, it's gonna be hard to stiffen up in any way. But the thing does just flops around, which is definitely a bit of a nuisance. And then one of these wings in back here, this one's also a little loose. I believe this is a pretty common problem with this figure, but honestly, these rear wings, that's not really a problem for me. It's just this part's annoying. That doesn't tab in any way. Is a bit annoying, but otherwise, he is a very impressive little figure. You can see very nice head sculpt there. Lots of nice paint applications. Fairly minimal, but very nice. You can see how the backpack all tucks up there. Very little actual backpack that isn't accurate to the show. So it looks really, really good. Now, articulation-wise, you do get, we'll start at the head, I guess. You do get a ball joint, so you can look up very far. You can look down, tilt side to side, and do the whole 360. You can, of course, move these little wings. Then you do get ball joints at the shoulders, so all the articulation you can want there. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and then, of course, the little wrist swivel, which is a little hard to access because of this panel here, but that is tune accurate. So then you do get a full unhindered waist rotation. You can kick up to about there. You can kick back to there, so very good. You can do splits, more than the splits. He's got thigh rotation, just about 90 out of the knee. And then you do get ball joint here, so you can get some in and out, up and down, all that motion. So definitely for his size, he is absolutely incredible. Now accessories, let's get this little panel to stay up. There we go. Accessories, he comes with his blaster. Nice little silver blaster, so you saw me use for transformation. And then he does also come with, of course, a shoulder cannon, and the missile is removable. So if you want to make it look like he shot the missile, you can. There are no blast effects though, fortunately. And you do have tabs on either side, even though really only one of them actually works. So there you go. Got his shoulder rocket. Then he does also come with these two accessories. This is like a thing that him and Grapple built, I believe. I don't remember what it is. Let me know in the comments below. And then this, I truly don't know what this is. It looks like a toolbox of some sort. And so this, they both can just peg into his hand. He can hold it like that. So you got Wheeljack with his accessories. And then you get one more final accessory, and that is for the Spike Build-A-Figure that Newage is putting out. So this is pretty neat. And once I get all the parts for that, I'll do a review of that as well. I already got the one leg, came with, what's his name? Came with Hound. So I already have one leg from Hound. But now we have an arm now for Wheeljack. So it's pretty fun kind of gimmick thing that Newage is doing. And for comparison, here he is with OP. Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to move the camera. Newage OP and Newage Grimlock. Just so you can get that sense of size. And I think they scale perfectly, as they are meant to, by Newage. Really great figure. Again, check out Showsy Store to pick up yours. Thank you so much for watching this review. Made it all the way to the end. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and I'll catch you in the next review. Thanks for watching.